Jasmine's little brother. Yes, that's Jasmine's little brother.
Okay, now we're going to turn 3. He is a sweetheart. Now we're going to turn to this guy here.
Miss Tina, that's what you're right.
Good job, Michael.
What a Mike, good job with that.
Look at her. She's like, I don't know. Okay, y'all never tell me.
Good job, Renee.
Stand by.
North back just a little bit.
Stand by. Tina, okay. That's it, okay.
Okay, welcome back. Krista, I think you're ready to start us off with a question. We left off with addictions or something, right?
We were talking about how there's like the family secret and how sometimes it's hard to recognize dysfunctional families. And I was thinking that maybe parents with like problems with alcohol, like alcoholism, and children with alcoholic parents, I was thinking maybe that could be a family secret. What do you guys think about that?
Almost definitely.
I think that would be a good secret. Because you don't want to admit that your dad's an alcoholic or your mom's on drugs. You just want to keep that low key. And a lot of dysfunctional families don't invite, they don't invite their friends over because they might be embarrassed because the mom might be strung out on the couch or the dad might come in at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I was reading a Chicken Soup for the Soul books, and they had a story in there, and it was about a girl and
Chicken Soup for the Soul. Okay,
yeah.
gotcha.
And it was a girl, and her mom was drunk, and she had a little brother and stuff. And every time that her friends would invite her over, and she could never invite any other friends over because she didn't tell anybody that her mom was a drunk, and she was scared of what they would think. But anytime that they would invite her over, if her mom had gotten drunk that night, she'd have to go back to help her brother.
I think another like dysfunctional family would be like one of those families where it's like the mother would like exploit the daughter for money, or you know what I'm saying, like put her out on the
She's
streets.
out prostituting
Yeah,
herself.
yeah. That's just.
What
about the family?
People do that.
People don't do that.
As people for
Some people do
who are in a
that.
tight spot with money
Yeah.
go crazy.
They would do anything
Shake
for
that
money.
thing. I can't see
He's just gonna
Renee,
keep you
for real. Some people really do that.
Yeah.
I think
People do that.
I think it's dysfunctional, like if it's like 2 gay parents or maybe both the parents are straight and you have the gay child. I think it's become dysfunctional.
Okay, wait a minute. Say it again. 2 gay parents and a straight child
Or 2 straight parents and a gay child.
constitutes dysfunctional.
Not, most
would
of the
just-
time.
That's not
Probably depends on.
It would depend on the parent's attitude, because if the parents didn't accept the child or the child didn't accept the parents, then
Then it's-
that could
Then
be
that's
dysfunctional.
That would be dysfunctional, but
Okay.
having 2 gay parents, that's
If
not
y'all wouldn't have
dysfunctional.
cut me off, I could have finished.
Renee, I'm helping you out.
No, you
that's
wasn't
not
helping.
dysfunctional.
You got some dysfunctional.
All up in mine. I was
real.
about to say, because it can become dysfunctional because nobody is accepting because of the unawareness.
Okay, you didn't say that. You just
Because
said,
you cut me
said-
off.
You just said 2 gay parents.
Okay.
All up in my
She said
group.
2 gay parents.
All
What
up
about the
That's it.
family with the financial strain? I wanted to touch on what Donovan was saying about the parents that exploit their children for money, or not just they might not exploit their children, but they're having a hard time with the finances. And what about that? Have you seen that where, you know?
I haven't seen it personally, but I get what you're saying. I've never seen that, but like,
You said you got what I was saying, but okay.
I understand what you're saying. I've never seen it.
Now a commercial break.
That's terrible.
No, but I never saw like the one I was talking about. I just seen them. Yeah, I've heard about like the parents who exploit the children. I've never seen that.
I've
but
seen it in a
I've
couple
heard about
movies.
What about the
on TV.
9
Yeah.
common ones where the children, like the parents are making the children go to be like superstars?
Yeah.
That's dysfunctional too. It's just
like-
we don't see it.
It's really the parents who want that, and the parents who are
Pushing
trying to
their
push their
kids.
kids to do something that they don't want to do. That's
Now you gonna be a singer today, Daddy? I don't want to sing. I don't care. That's dysfunctional.
yeah.
Yeah, because that can cause fights. Like if the kid was a teenager, if my mom tried to make me do something that I didn't want to do.
I'm talking about the household with the parent with who has too much control or uses too much authority.
Shut
over
up,
the child.
Mom. Like them.
Yeah, there's.
No, that's not what I was saying.
No.
But also the kids, whenever the kids also have too much control, because they can be like yelling at their mom, or they can say, "Mom, I want this for Christmas," or whatever.
And then they rush to go do it too.
All the time, out, little
it's-
Bobby.
Or the homes that like where the kids are forced to maybe become the adults. Like forced to raise siblings or something. Because I know a friend of mine, and her parents come home like really late. And so throughout the day, she has to get her sisters ready for school and make breakfast and make lunch. And she's a kid. Like, she can do that when she gets married and has her own little toddlers or whatever, tykes running around. But until then, I think she needs to be a kid while she can. And I think that's kind of a type of dysfunction, because
I think dysfunctional families is very difficult to spot. First, we have to know what is normative. What is a normative family? What is a healthy family?
Is there a normal?
Is there such a thing? In my mind, I have always believed that 99.9% of all households are dysfunctional. In some capacity, they are dysfunctional families. Now, that's not the clinical definition. I'll say this again. My opinion, 99.9. But we also have some opinions from the street, right?
Yes.
From Word on the Street.
Yes.
You had a couple good interviews there. Okay, let's find out what others have to say about dysfunctional families. Then we'll pick right back up with our discussion. Man on the street! Word on the street! Man on the street! Okay, we're going to now take it over to Word on the Street and hear what others have to say about dysfunctional families. And we'll be right back. Okay, we're now going to find out the word on the street and see what others have to say about dysfunctional families.
Excellent. We're still rolling. We're going to continue. You're coming. And you're coming back. Continue. You're going to come back from word on the street now.
Okay.
And how many minutes? Except how many? I'm sorry. Figure out your maybe 6 or 7 minutes, Tina.
Cool.
And then you're going to go to words of encouragement. Okay.
Cool, we're rocking. Was that 8 minutes? Was that about 8 last time? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it was about 8 minutes.
Yeah, I am.
It was 5 and a half. I'm sorry.
Oh, you know I'm bored. When I get out of it that quick, I'm bored. Y'all boring me.
Okay, so y'all need to talk. Get involved.
They're boring me. They're all monotone over here.
Rolling. Here we go.
Aww. Talk.
Stand by. Here we go. Coming
Give me
back.
that paper. Give me that paper.
No, stand by. Stand by. Coming back from word on the street.
Now, be engaged. No, you're not.
Here we go. Coming back.
Be engaged. I want my first Krista back. Okay, welcome. Oh, heck.
That's all right. That's all right.
I know. You okay? You ready? Okay. I did. I took her paper from her. She can't, because she's not engaged. Okay. What are we coming back to?
Word of the street, children.
I know where we're coming back from. What are we going to?
Stand by. Stand by. Coming back from word on the street and.
Okay, returning back to our discussion here. Tell me some other ways in which we may be able to spot dysfunctional families. We've heard what they had to say on the street. They're just as, I don't want to say confused, but they're all over the place with it.
Well, there's a kind of dysfunctional family where it might have been dysfunctional whenever adults were kids or something, and now that they're just like really detached from their family and that they don't talk to each other or anything.
But as children, if we're raised in dysfunctional families, then what happens as adults when we have our own families?
you don't know how to create a healthy environment.
We think it's
That's what I
normal.
think. Yeah,
Well,
you think
we
it's
think
completely okay. It's the
Because you
norm
don't
for
know any different.
Exactly.
Like I have a friend, and his mom was a drug addict, and like he would come home from school and she would just be passed out for days on end, and the dad was trying to keep his family together and whole and right, and then it just like once she moved out, everything went downhill because they thought it was the norm to like see their mom on the couch passed out or something, but it's not. And then he got into trouble in school, and it's just not good.
When do you guys think people realize that, like, okay, our family's not normal. Like, this isn't supposed to happen. When do you guys think they realize it's crazy?
If they go to
Maybe when
Sometimes they don't.
like if they go to a friend's house and they see like the family sits down together at the table.
Hold on, I don't do that, and we're not dysfunctional.
No, I'm just saying, like sometimes.
if
don't
you
sit
go
down
to
with
somebody
your family
else's
at
house
least
and
one
you see a dysfunctional family. I
Is
mean, if you
that
see a
functional?
How do
She's scaring me.
I don't understand how you not know your family's not dysfunctional. You see what I'm saying? Like,
It's the normal for you.
It's the
But-
normal, and it's like your mom was raised like it, your dad was raised like it, so you're gonna be raised like it because they don't know any different. So how could you know any different?
All right, tell us about Donovan's household. Is your household functional, or you know, if it's dysfunctional?
Donovan
or
doesn't
not?
want to get in
as far
trouble.
as I know, my house is functional.
It's not.
Y'all sit down and eat, or what is the normal? What's normal at your house?
Me and my sister argue, and then we get over it, and then we go eat. That's all I like to do. And then we just watch TV and we go to the movies as a family. I don't
You
know.
say read? Y'all read together?
Oh, y'all ready?
To each other.
Are you ever forced to take sides, like with your parents? Because that's a form of dysfunctional families as well.
Not really, because
Your parents never fight?
a little bit like the Partridge Family, we don't really. we don't. It's like, I mean, me and my sister, if we do fight, it's over little stuff.
it's like sibling rivalry.
Does that sound boring to you?
Yes, my God.
Oh my God.
No, I think I like dysfunction.
I might want like a little bit of
I mean, a little bit. I mean,
It's,
You need something interesting.
I mean, I guess it's because me and my sister, we do so much. Like, she competition cheerleader, I sing, swim, play football. So we don't never really be at home. But when we do, it's
Is that dysfunctional?
That could be it.
Yeah, that might be dysfunctional.
that might be dysfunctional.
y'all always separate.
I don't think that is dysfunctional.
What is functional?
Exactly. What is functional? What is the normal?
All right, tell us about your functionality.
I'm just functional because I'm me. And at my house, it's normal. We argue and fight, me and my sisters. Then my parents yell at us for arguing and fighting. I get on MySpace. I go to my room. My sisters go to their room and watch TV. That's functional.
Together?
A daily routine.
Yeah.
Okay, I was just asking because I know
Because
the
it
same
said
thing.
continual conflict constitutes dysfunctional families.
You
so-
see, if that what
then
you're
never mind.
doing is not a conflict, if it's working for everyone in the household, this is why I asked about the healthy normative development, because something on the outside may not be a conflict. And to me, if I'm looking at it from the outside, it may not look like a conflict, but the mere fact that all of you are so busy all the time, it may be causing a conflict for dad. Maybe dad is not getting the quality time with the family that he wants. Maybe mom is not getting the quality time with the family that she wants. But from the outside looking in, if I had a resume, I might say, wow, Donovan is doing great. I mean, he's in all these different things. He's getting A's. Look at this. Wow, his siblings, same thing. Man, these kids are awesome. It's more internal than that. This is why they use the word conflict, because that's what you have to find. Where's the conflict? Is there a conflict? Where's the conflict? And since no families are perfect, there's nobody perfect and no family is perfect, there's always some conflict going on. But then the definition goes a little bit further and says continuous.
Continual.
Continuous over a period of time.
I think
Go ahead.
I think that all families are partially dysfunctional because there's always times that you're going to be like fighting and stuff, or there's always times where, you know, the parents might fight with each other or something. But it's not. If it's not a continual thing, like it happens like day after day after day, I don't think you're a really dysfunctional family.
Well, is it dysfunctional if maybe the parents don't have a lot of money and they're taking it out on the kids and blaming them?
Oh, yeah.
I think Miss Tina touched on that too. She said like internal conflict. I think that's what happens is that they kind of internalize what is really bothering them and then it's displayed differently, like on the kids or whatever. That I think was a
To the
good point.
point where it impacts or impedes upon their healthy normative development. That is never a good thing.
Or maybe when the parents are choosing sides, like with the kids or something, it's like the mom might think that the daughter's right and the dad might think that the son's right, and they could get in a big fight just within themselves.
True. That's a part of parents choose. Parents picking children. Parents, you hate to think that parents are favoring one child over another. It's not so much they're favoring, it's just that relationship with that one child needs a little bit more attention. I think we've hit on that in previous shows that parents do respond differently to each child because each child is different. Unfortunately, the child may not understand that, and so in their mind, they're looking at the sibling saying, why does she always get all the attention? I never get the attention.
like that.
What?
I get the attention.
Well,
You get all the attention? No.
Hey, so
You
what?
get all the
I
attention.
get some of it, a little. When I'm in the car.
I bet she gets most
Do
of
you make
it.
sure you get the attention?
When I'm in the car with my mom.
Do you make sure you get the attention to the exclusion of another sibling?
Oh no,
you
I don't
don't go
care
that
that
far.
much.
I don't care that much.
but sometimes when your parents are divorced, like your mom might look at you like as the older being because she doesn't have anybody to like connect with, so she might feel like you're older kind of and like treat you like you're older and you mature better.
Yeah.
So you have to
It's hard
mature.
but
It's like growing
Let me
up
see.
too fast.
Look, I'll give you this example. My friend Carla and I, we were at one of those girls. We were coming out of a store. We've been shopping all day, and there was these two little boys, and they were with their father. And they were so clingy, so clingy, so clingy. They were all on his leg. Dad take 2 steps, they're taking 3 steps. It's like he was trying to exchange merchandise and he was asking them to sit. They had a very difficult time. She looked at it and she said, I bet they're not raised with their father. I bet the father's not in the home with them. Now, I totally missed that. I was like, I don't know about that, Carl. I don't know. Maybe they're just having a real clingy day. And we got in the car and she said, let's wait for him to come out and ask him. Well, you know, doing what we do, it's nothing for us to ask people questions. We'll ask people questions all the time. And she just walked up to him and say, where are your children? Are they in the home with you? Because me and my friend, we're having a debate, da-da-da-da-da. Sure enough, she was right. That's not healthy normative development. And now what those boys are learning is dad may go away. So I better hold on to him. I better cling to him because I may not see dad no more. Or maybe a month. And you see that a lot, do you not?
I was like
I
that.
do.
Yeah, you see
I
that?
do.
You
I
do.
see it,
And
like,
after
all
she
the
pointed
time,
it out to me, I was like, whoa, that's, I had to go back and do a little research. I'm like, yeah, she picked that one up real good. Yeah,
I do
she's
see
right.
that a lot, but I don't really connect that.
Right.
Like with
right.
really think
right.
Yeah.
You don't think about it. It's not because you want people to have boundaries. Boundaries are very important in the development. You want them. I think our research used the word limitations.
Yeah.
Same difference. We want the boundaries, restrictions, know when to give space, when to back up, and those things. I mean, you guys, as children, you learning some of the skills, but you always reuse them. It's repetition is the mother of all skill, right? So you have to step back, reflect, and work on it for the rest of your life. And sometimes parents forget that. Sometimes parents, they forget that. They forget that, okay?
Another kind of dysfunctional family might be whenever the parents are divorced, and then say like the older sibling, like if, I don't know, it has to become the parent. Because maybe like, yeah, that's what
because,
like what you were saying.
well, like not the parent, but they like have to kind of parent with the parent, like take care of your younger siblings, and because your mom has to work to put food on the table.
Have more responsibilities and everything.
It's just me and my mom at my house because my older brother, he moved out. So I think it's kind of like the opposite for me because like I'm really close with my mom. My mom's like my best friend. And so I talk to her about a lot of stuff. And then
we're gonna
I
come
think
back.
that's dysfunctional.
Oh, I
so
know
was
that's
gonna say.
dysfunctional. We're gonna come back to this best friend,
Why is that
mama best.
dysfunctional?
I said we're gonna come back to it after we have some words of encouragement.
Yelling at
I just said we're gonna come back to it.
Yelling.
You guys trying to jump on me already.
Dysfunction.
Don't
City
make
family is
right.
dysfunctional.
We're being dysfunctional right now. Let's go ahead on and have some encouraging words, and we'll be right back.